Imagine a world where cunning meets chaos, and a name echoes through the corridors of power and fear. Brace yourselves for a riveting journey as we uncover the untold story of CJNG's mastermind Smuggler, a man whose exploits have left law enforcement bewildered and the cartel's enemies trembling. This is the brutal rise of Doble R, and you're about to witness a tale so chilling that it could only happen in the darkest corners of the criminal underworld. And this is a tale of audacity, cunning, and a man who dances with danger in the deadliest game of all. This is the brutal rise of Doble R. Welcome to True Crime. Let's get started. Before we get into the gritty details, let's set the stage. The Jalisco New Generation Cartel, or CJNG, is one of Mexico's most powerful and ruthless criminal organizations. Known for its violent tactics and sophisticated operations, CJNG has risen to prominence in the global drug trade. But within the shadows of this criminal empire, there's one name that stands out: Doble R. His real name remains a mystery, but his reputation as CJNG's best smuggler is undeniable. Today, we'll uncover the brutal rise of this elusive figure. Like many stories in the world of crime, Doble R's journey begins in the underbelly of poverty. Born on July 17, 1966, hailing from the small farming city of Aguililla in the western state of Michoacan, Mencho's early life set the stage for a journey into the treacherous world of drug cartels. The adoption of his enigmatic alias marked the beginning of a dark and elusive path, as Mencho would go on to become a formidable force within the criminal underworld. In contrast to cartel leaders born into dynasties, Mencho's journey began humbly. At the helm of the notorious Cartel Jalisco New Generation, CJNG, is a formidable drug lord, commanding a vast network of 5,000 operatives spanning every continent save Antarctica. This criminal empire, known for its ruthlessness, operates with an unprecedented reach and influence globally. The CJNG's legacy is etched in the annals of crime, marked by a dual approach of extreme violence and sophisticated public relations campaigns. While diversifying into various criminal enterprises, the cartel's primary source of wealth remains drug trafficking, particularly in cocaine and methamphetamine. Infamous for its heinous acts, the CJNG stands accused of kidnappings, torture, and a gruesome reputation involving cannibalism. Fueling America's opioid crisis, the cartel is infamous for the widespread distribution of fentanyl, now surpassing heroin as the nation's deadliest illicit drug. The CJNG's brutality extends to cannibalizing victims, a horrific practice often intertwined with the training of new sicarios or cartel members. The CJNG's influence spans beyond major cities, reaching into mid-size urban centers like Kansas City, Kansas, Lexington, Kentucky, and even rural communities like Axton, Virginia. Their infiltration involves acquiring properties, embedding themselves, and flooding these areas with dangerous substances, including the deadly fentanyl. Mencho's reach extends far beyond the US-Mexico border, with confirmed traces in 35 states and Puerto Rico. Court and prison records unveil a relentless pattern of Mencho's attempts to enter the US illegally. Around the age of 19, he, along with his brother and associates, operated in the San Francisco Bay Area, using it as a base for their burgeoning drug trafficking venture. Caught attempting to sell a small stash of crystal meth in 1986, he faced deportation. Undeterred, he returned, landing in a San Francisco jail in 1989, only to be deported once more. Upon his third return, Mencho found himself in severe trouble. Mencho and his older brother, Abraham Oseguera Cervantes, sold heroin for $9,500 to two undercover officers at the Imperial Bar in San Francisco in 1992. This led to federal prison time, where Mencho served over 4 years before facing deportation again. The relentless cycle of illegal entry and criminal activity paints a vivid picture of the audacity and resilience characterizing Mencho's early years in the United States. Mencho becomes a rising cartel star. In the intricate tapestry of cartel power, Mencho's ascent unfolded against the backdrop of Tijuana, a bustling border town catering to American tourists and hosting rival Mexican cartels. However, the rise in power attracted unwanted attention. Members of the Arellano Felix organization, rooted in Tijuana, viewed Mencho's ascent as a threat. In a curious turn of events, U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration agents suggest a gentleman's agreement was struck, sparing Mencho's life with an order to leave rather than facing potential cartel retribution. In a surprising twist, Mencho, despite his criminal history, found himself on the other side of the law, joining the police force in Tomatlan, a small city south of Puerto Vallarta in Jalisco. Yet, questions lingered. How did Mencho amass the resources to cultivate his criminal empire? Returning to his native Michoacan, Mencho aligned himself with the Milenio Cartel, an established criminal organization operating since the early 1990s. A pivotal move came through his marriage to Rosalinda Gonzalez Valencia, forging a strategic alliance with her siblings who formed a Milenio cartel branch known as Los Quines. The tangled web of alliances, strategic moves, and criminal enterprises laid the foundation for El Mencho's dominance in the ruthless world of drug cartels. Having relocated to Guadalajara, El Mencho ascended within the ranks of the Milenio cartel, anticipating the coveted top position. However, when key cartel leaders faced arrests and fatalities in 2008 and 2009, El Mencho and his brothers-in-law, who led Los Quines, were overlooked for promotions. Fueled by resentment, they hatched a revenge plot between 2009 and 2010, joining forces with dissatisfied members, including Matazetas. During the pivotal era dubbed the Resistance, El Mencho orchestrated a deadly coup, financially supported by his brothers-in-law from Los Quines. This strategic move fractured Milenio into two factions, those aligned with El Mencho and those in opposition. By early 2011, El Mencho emerged triumphant, marking the genesis of his new cartel, aptly named the Cartel Jalisco New Generation. El Mencho's unparalleled power can be attributed to his unwavering discipline, a stark departure from the vices that have led other cartel leaders astray. Steering clear of drugs and alcohol, he avoids the pitfalls that often befall his counterparts. El Mencho maintains peak physical condition through daily exercise, enabling him to navigate rugged terrains. El Mencho immerses himself in ranch life, riding horses and racing motorbikes, further obscuring his whereabouts. His reign of terror is marked by extreme violence, employing tactics such as acid baths, decapitations, and even cannibalism to instill fear and ensure compliance. The cartel's macabre exploits are shamelessly showcased on social media platforms, with gruesome deaths disseminated through YouTube videos, Twitter threats, and Facebook broadcasts. Shockingly, images of bodies hanging from bridges find a place even on Pinterest. However, El Mencho's resilience against law enforcement was evident in subsequent raids on his secret compounds in rural Jalisco in 2012 and 2018. Despite police efforts, he repeatedly managed to elude capture, orchestrating daring escapes into the rugged landscapes of Jalisco. During the 2012 raid, El Mencho reportedly ordered his cartel members to engage in a firefight with the police, resulting in casualties on both sides. Escaping into the mountains alongside his son, Menchito, they left behind a deadly scene with 4 cartel members losing their lives. An audacious attempt to apprehend El Mencho occurred on May 1st, 2015, when Mexican military helicopters closed in on his hiding spot. However, his well-armed associates downed one of the helicopters using a Russian-made rocket-propelled grenade launcher. CJNG's notoriety extends to frequent attacks on law enforcement, such as the brutal Oct. 14, 2019, ambush and massacre of 13 officers in Michoacan, with his key rival, Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, sentenced to life in a U.S. federal prison. El Mencho takes center stage in the criminal landscape. Investigators believe he remains hidden beneath jungle canopies or in the mountainous terrain of Jalisco, Colima, or his native Michoacan. Expecting layers of security, including paramilitary-trained guards heavily armed, El Mencho's elusive nature continues to confound authorities, leaving the pursuit for justice mired in the complexities of Mexico's criminal underworld. We'll be keeping a close eye on this evolving story. If you found this video intriguing, make sure to hit that like button and share it with fellow true crime enthusiasts. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to stay updated on the latest twists and turns in the world of crime. Our thoughts and prayers go out to those involved. We hope you enjoyed our true crime overview of the brutal rise of El Doble R, CJNG's best smuggler. Be sure to be a true crime subscriber and hit the bell icon to never miss another true crime video. Leave a comment and a like to show your support. Until next time, stay safe, and if you have a true crime story you would love to see, please be sure to leave in the comments below. We look forward to seeing you in our next video.